Alright, hello. Actually, let me just move this real quick. We can ignore that. For now, hey guys! Ooh. There we go. That. A little messy, but we got there. How's everyone doing today? Honestly, I don't know how I'm awake, because I stayed up until like 5 a.m. watching watching like these horror videos, and it's terrifying. Hello, parental. Honestly, I was not expecting to see that video you sent me, Max. But yeah, hello, child. But yeah, and I stayed up until like 5 a.m. watching these crime documentaries. If you guys know who Sayu VTuber is, he is a voice actor. He's been streaming a lot recently. He got partner, I think. And last night he just went on a horror video binge, and I'll get to that in a bit, but I just want to say thank you to I'm a Park So Yeah and Sojo Chronicles for following. Don't know why you did that, but you're on break? Oh, cool. Hopefully it's not too busy at work today, but if so, good luck. But yeah, so Sayu, he's been watching these videos, and it's just there's someone called the Amazon Review Killer. And he got that name because he literally reviewed everything he bought on Amazon. And it's disgusting. But like the padlocks, the shovel, a fucking chainsaw and knife, he reviewed all of them, and it's just people just pass it off as like, haha, it's a joke review, until, you know, they caught him. It's people are so strange. And then there was like, you watch videos about YouTubers who turned into serial killers, and with the first one, Randy, it was so clear that he needed help from the videos he posted. But with the other one, Trey, Mr. Anime, he literally had a video talking about how he hated mass shootings. And then, you know, as you start to see that he's declining, he goes, was the review bad? It was actually, he actually gave like 4 or 5 stars for most of them, which is weird. But with Mr. Anime, like, he started off being super chill, like your basic anime watcher, and then after time goes on, his mood completely changed, and you can see that it changes, but it was like so sudden, and it was what people are just, it's interesting, but also like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like shit. The narrator for the horror documentary was talking about, you know, just talking about Mr. Anime and how he was like, and Sai got called out because he was doing the exact same thing the narrator was saying, how he was just some random person on the internet talking about anime and eating food to a bunch of random viewers online. Like, Mr. Anime was just fine until it just went wrong, and it just got links. Yeah, I'll look it up actually. It was the Explore Us YouTube. I only know this because they start the videos off with "What's up, Ewu crew," and then the entire chat just made fun of that. Because they literally say Ewu, because like EWU, and it's Here, actually, let me move this down again. For some reason, my mouse has been really buggy. I don't know why. I might need to get a new one. But let me.
All right, this is where we're at, Mr. Collette. While we were here, all right, my sergeant served a search warrant on your property. Okay.
Oh, this is the Amazon review killer, actually.
We have Caleb in your property.
Oh yeah, so it's Explorer of Us. I'll just grab the link real quick. And these are literal documentaries, like 2-3 hours. Some of them are a bit less than that, like, you know, 15, 40. But yeah, this is Randy, who very clearly in his videos is not alright. But then there was Trey. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere on this channel, and it's just it was insane. Here, one of these days we gotta do like a whole horror movie binge, not movie, but like, you know what I mean. Because like with the Amazon killer, this dude, he so egotistical, and it's just the dude literally was like he thought he was saving the people he murdered and kidnapped, but then when confronted about murdering and kidnapping people, he's like, "No, I didn't do it." And then he completely flips it over, being like, "Yeah, I killed like people in the high 2 digits." And then immediately after that, I was like, "No, I only killed those 7 people. It's not that high." And then he went back to saying, "Yeah, I was commissioned by the government for some of them." And it's just like, dude, shut the fuck up. Literally, during his trial, he tries to talk to a judge as if it's just like, "Yo, how's your kid?" You know? And it's just like, you're literally on trial. Stop acting so casual about it. You. And then he literally talks about this one person he kidnapped, who he was going to let go, but then he was like, "No, I'm not going to let you go." And then when the cop asked why he didn't let her go, he was like, "What do you mean? Like, what do you..." He got on my nerves. And it's a... His story gets even more interesting because, along with everything he did, he had a girlfriend or two during this entire time, and they knew. They didn't like know, but they knew. Like, one of the girlfriends bought the Connex, you know, the big storage unit. She bought that for him. Oh yeah, this guy is 100% a narcissist. He's still alive, by the way. He's 50 now, actually. Fucking yeah. The Scream Killers? Wait, like the movie Scream? By the way, I am so excited. I probably shouldn't be saying that I'm excited while looking at this. I'm so excited. The fifth Scream movie is coming out in January, but they're just titling it Scream because I think it's just like a one-off thing. But the old cast is coming back for it, and the trailer looks amazing. And they totally make fun of how the 21st century, we have electronic doors, and the intro kill is literally the killer and the victim playing lock, unlock, lock, unlock with the fucking door mechanism. It's but yeah, so like there's so many of them, and like I was planning on doing like a Halloween stream. Oh, I fucking love the Origins of Annabelle. I was planning on doing a Halloween stream until I realized that Halloween was on a weekend and everyone is going to be home. So I might do one for like next Thursday and like say that's my Halloween stream. But like a lot of these are so fucked up, and I want to. One of these killers, the Carr brothers, Carr, they did a bunch of bad stuff to people. But with one of the victims, they shot in the back of the head, but she survived because she had a hairpin in. And not only did she survive, but she knew exactly what to do after escaping them. Yeah, people are fucking psychotic. So actually, some of these were in the early 2000s. Mr. Anime was actually on YouTube like when it first started. It was his videos actually stayed up for like 8 years afterwards, after he was convicted. And it's so fucked up. But yeah, you know, now that we kind of talked about psychology a little bit, that is not the perfect segue from serial killers to what we're about to do. But we're actually going to take the difficult person test to see how difficult I am. And you, Haley, and Lisa have made me so afraid that I keep the Ko-fi tab open now, just in case I need to read a fucking message. And moving on. So the difficult person, what just happened? The difficult person test. I tried to full screen it to get rid of the ads and like this thing, but this actually gets bigger, with the resizing it, which is I don't understand why they did that. Like the test is just right there. It's 35 questions, but yeah, I can't like it just stays. Oh, actually that kind of worked. Hold on. Oh, never mind. I just need to make it big enough. But then I'm gonna get rid of this. But yeah, it's just so disturbing. But also like the way some of the people survive and or like the way it's been executed, it's just will strike when you least expect. Lisa literally oh my god, hold on, calm down. Lisa literally commented on one of my YouTube videos saying that it's not the end when talking about sending me money, which is horrifying because when I asked them about it, they said, well, you need a place to go, right? Because like, you know, I'm staying here for a little bit, and then in like a year or two I plan on moving out again because, you know, jobs and stuff. But they were like, well, I want to help you with that. I was like, oh my god, what do you mean by help? But yeah, with Randy's case, he stared one of his coworkers dead in the eyes and didn't kill her. He killed everyone else. And it's just like, I'm grateful that someone survived, but like he was on he admits in his like videos, his like entries and stuff, that he was gonna kill everyone. And Jesus Christ, so he was obsessed with you know Danny Phantom, right? He was obsessed with Amber, the ghost Amber. He sent her like a message saying that he was going to do this. Could you imagine being like a voice actor, opening like some fan mail, and then you see that? I would be mortified. But yeah, moving on, because it's been like 20 minutes of me talking about this. We are going to take the difficult person test. Basically, if you're new to this, it doesn't mean you're an awful person. It just means these are the difficult traits that you possess that may make it hard for you to actually talk to people. And I got a few people to do this prior to the stream. Some people did it. It's not a lot, but like a few people who have, like the results are very interesting. But about the voice actress, yeah, I believe it was an email. He literally emailed the actual voice actress for Amber, telling her that he was going to do this, but by the time she reads it, it's going to be too late. Like, he was obsessed with the character and like believed the character was like an actual god, but he understood that there was still like a voice actor behind it and everything, and it's an interesting case. Maybe I'll talk about it more later, or actually I want to talk about it now. Okay, so like the thing is, in all his videos, he goes on about how substance abuse is horrible. You shouldn't do it. He would never do it. But then the autopsy, he is wired on Benadryl, like a unhealthy amount that he would have overdosed if he didn't, you know, already end himself. Well, I tried my best, but I don't know you that well, so let's see if I got you right. That's the thing. I actually like that because everyone has a different perspective of who I am, and someone who's known me for 5 years can have the exact same results as someone who's known me for a few years, and someone who thinks they really know me might have the exact same result as someone who literally just met me yesterday. One of these results actually was from someone who I had talked to the day before. I'm not gonna call someone out, but I'm actually surprised that certain people didn't do this, but someone I met the other day had. But like the statistics are still, it's interesting. Okay, I'm going to get to my results first, and then I'll show you guys everyone else's, because it's interesting. I'm being a nerd right now. I need to. Anyway. So the first question is, sometimes people sometimes bother me just by being around me. It depends on who it is. Like, if it's a stranger, then you're not gonna bug me, but if I already know you and I don't like you, then, you know, that's gonna bug me. But generally speaking, if there's just some random person beside me, I'm chill, I'm vibing, I'm probably actually talking to them at the moment. But this also says sometimes, so I'm gonna say kind of agree. Well, it's also situational, because like people in general don't bug me, specific persons do. Yeah. Generally speaking, I am a superior person. Now, do I think I'm better than everyone? Kinda. Do I think I'm better than certain people? Abso-fucking-lutely. Are you telling me that I am not superior to someone who someone who leaves? someone who will believe in something that they cannot see, a god who they must worship to the book. But they don't believe in medicine and facts that you can see and test for yourselves. I'm sorry, but in comparison to some people, I refuse to say that I'm not superior to them. Also, I saw that you saw my story. So for anyone who's new to me or isn't following me on Instagram, I posted a TikTok that I saw about the city of Salt Lake City doing the vaccination rates by zodiac sign. And to sum it up, fire signs are the most vaccinated. Air signs are second. Water signs are third, and earth signs are the lowest. However, Scorpio, out of the 12 signs, is the lowest to be vaccinated. It is under the 50% mark. And superior than conservatives, oh fuck yeah. But yeah, so it's the fact that, you know, Virgo is also like one of the lowest vaccination rates in that city, and I understand why, because I don't hold Virgo up to this like godlike status like everyone else does. But I thought they would have been at least higher than where they were. It's very it's also the fact that the city was like, we need people to get vaccinated. How would they listen? Post their zodiac results. Post their fucking zodiac rates. And you know what? I feel like certain signs are going to get vaccinated just so that you know, they're not the lowest. And yeah, but Leo being number 1, that makes a lot of sense, because Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is like, you know, Apollo, health, vitality, positivity, wanting to be out and about. And Leo is prideful. They want to be the experience, and they can't be that if, you know, they're dead. So it makes sense. And like that also kind of goes for a lot of the fire signs, just that passion and need to be out. The water signs, that surprised me, because they're all dependent on people. Even Scorpio, who tried to deny that, they all are dependent on people, and yet they're one of the fewest vaccinated rates there. But I get angry when something blocks my plans. Speaking about plans of vaccination, I was not happy when COVID became a thing, because I am someone who pre-COVID would talk to at least a dozen people a day, like face to face. That's not even including my text messages and like FaceTime. So you know, not being able to see as many people as I used to, but I wasn't really angry, I was more sad. But you know, I'm gonna put it there though, because, you know, can you imagine like wanting to meet up with people? I was supposed to meet up with people actually, and then I couldn't because I avoid direct conflict with people who may be useful to me in the future. See, I will admit, in the past, I used to do this. In the past, I was made to believe that, you know, you needed to have contacts with everyone. However, in recent years, I have basically cussed out people for saying the wrong thing by accident, and they still see me as their friend. So I avoid direct conflict with people who may be useful to me in the future? No. Will I try not to be as mean? Yes, but if you're doing something stupid, I am not afraid to cut that contact off. I look down on people who unwisely share their secrets. I do find it a little disappointing when people share something that's like vital to something, but like I'm not gonna look down on them. Like an example of, will I be mad at someone who shares like trauma? No. But like if we're playing a game and you tell people how to win when you're on the opposite team, that's going to be a little sad, but I'm not gonna look down on you or think that you're stupid for doing that. Wait, did I just... Hold on. Yeah, I skipped something again. People who don't do as I say need to be criticized. No. It depends on what is happening. Am I saying something as a joke, or is this like in terms of doing projects and they don't listen to me? I don't think you need to be criticized for doing something else. I just think, you know, we all have our different ways of doing something. If it's wrong, I'll criticize you, but not if you're just not doing what I say, you know? Connections supposedly are needed for job success. That is true, and funnily enough, I've admitted this to my manager and the store owner. I have not been the nicest to every customer. They, you know how there's that saying that, even if you're having like a bad day, you should tell the customer you're having a good day if they ask? Straight up, my manager and the store owner were doing some work right behind me as I was ringing someone up. And the dude was like, yo, how's it going? I was like, oh, it's pretty shitty. With my like smiley attitude that I normally have, I could feel them both turn around and look at me like, what the fuck? And then the next thing I hear is the dude in front of me is laughing, being like, yo, that's the first time I've heard that. I like you. And it's just like, yo, I'm never gonna fucking lie at this job. I'm not gonna fucking lie ever. And it's just, it's nice because like sometimes sometimes my manager would be like, Thomas, you need to make sure that you're nice to customers. I know sometimes they're really rude and like I also want to fight them, but we can't fight them. But I will be honest, I have almost fought customers in front of like people of high position, and they were like, yeah, that's fair, I'm not gonna penalize for you for that, I'm not even gonna tell you shouldn't do that. It's just like, thank you. I need people to realize that I am a generally happy person, but if you fuck with me, I'm not afraid to fuck right back. I vaguely remember this one time, this customer was getting really pissy with me, so I didn't even realize I was doing this, but I started slowly climbing above the counter. I don't know how I did it. So we have like a few like things underneath the counter that I can kind of step on. So like I was stepping on that, I had my hands like on the actual counter. I knew I was leaning forward, but I didn't realize that I was like climbing. So my coworker like dragged me backwards. Like a lot of people are like, you must be so like nice at your job. You must have like this entirely different personality. No, I am literally on the verge of fighting people all the time. I'm not sure how I kept that job, honestly. And this part I know I probably shouldn't say because at this point I don't think I can be hired back if I say it. But with one of the drinks, it was so disgusting. Anytime someone tried to order it, I just stared at them. And do my mask, like how he's so smiley under that mask. Like I know we're wearing masks and all that, but I could feel that he was smiling at me. And it's just like when people tried to order this specific drink, there was horror in my eyes. I was basically pleading them not to drink it without actually saying it. But the thing that I will say that redeems me is that although it wasn't even just my expressions, I would flat out say, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Not only would I tell them not to take that drink, but I would recommend another drink of equal or more price. So although yes, with that one drink I did refuse to serve that to people, I did make sure that they did buy something from us, not just leave like, oh, he doesn't want us to buy something, okay, we're leaving. No, I made sure that they got something that like at the very least they won't hate, because I also know for a fact I shouldn't say what drink this is, because some people loved it. Some people were like hyped to be like, yo, give me this drink after having like tasted it, and it's just like, you know what, I'm not gonna question it. But it was just like, ooh. I would always recommend someone a different drink when they tried to take that one. And although yes, I probably, as a sales representative, I shouldn't have said don't do this, take this. You know, we still made money. They still bought something. And honestly, I think they're a lot more happy with the taste buds not being ruined. I'm sorry, that drink traumatized me because there were just some people I couldn't convince to not take it, and immediately after they drank it, they would look at me being like, you should have tried harder. But like, obviously they couldn't say that because, you know, they fought to get that drink. And it's just like, I tried to warn you. I'm so sorry I couldn't save you. You won't stop us from sending you money, that's for sure. Honestly, yeah, at this point, I need to learn not to tell people not to give me money, because money is nice. Because I'm actually purposely waiting until the winter is over to get a job, just because where I'm living right now isn't close to anywhere I actually want to work, and I refuse. Because not only will the transit be long, but then there's also the snow in transit, so, you know, it's easier if I just wait until like the snow comes and melts and then gets a job. But yeah, so with that being said, I shouldn't fight you guys on that anymore, even though I probably will. The fact that we're only on question 6, I need to speed this up a little. I think about hurting and or humiliating people who annoy me. This is where the fact that I am not a good person comes in. Do I want to hurt people who annoy me? No, I don't. But I feel like the fact that I just went on a tangent about how I would very frequently climb over the counter to try to fight people at my job, there's definitely that intimidation thing, or the fact that I just want to make sure they know where they're fucking standing. Some customers had the fucking nerve to like lean over the counter at me thinking I would move back, so I would just like swing my head forward and they would like jump back. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you had personal space issues, given that you're in my face right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna say agree for that. Would I say like an extreme agree? No, but I definitely would humiliate someone. I monitor my romantic partner's friends and her family members intensely to find out who's being disloyal. That is so fucking toxic. I will say, if I think someone is being sketchy because they very openly have been sketchy, I will check up on them. But if it's just like a casual thing, then yeah. Cause like sometimes someone will say something to me in like a public server or like a tweet. I won't think anything of it, but then someone else is going to DM me being like, yo, you okay with this? And then they make me second guess it. And it's just, I do my best not to be like spyy on people. But when other people are like, yo, I don't trust this, that's just like, okay, maybe I should be a little more sketchy about it. Not a little more sketchy, a little more paranoid about it. I don't really care if I offend others. I do care if someone gets offended by what I say, but I also don't care if you're gonna be upset about it. Like, I don't want people to be offended, but if you do, then that's you. That's on you. I'm not here to make people happy. If someone is happy to talk to me, then that's amazing, but I'm not here to make sure that you're having a great time. So if you are offended by something I do, well, fuck you. Also, with that being said, I have a VDA. Just in case anyone ever needs to see that. I've read that out so many times that I feel like you guys can just read it at this point. I also don't think anyone else is in stream right now, if I'm being honest, but that's beside the point. I get angry more frequently than most people I know. Not real. I know so many people that, like, I say if someone looks at me the wrong way, I'll snap at them. But really, I've seen people snap at someone for looking at people the wrong way, and I gotta say that I am pretty calm compared to the people I know, which might say a lot about the people I know. I usually don't help others unless there is something in it for me. That is false. Will I say that I only help others when it's just because? That will also be false. You know, it's good to get something out of it if you can, but you shouldn't do it just because it benefits you. You should do it because you want to. I will only ever do something if I want to do it, if I'm being honest. I often find myself saying and doing things without stopping to think. Sometimes I'm like, I just say the first thing on my mind, and if you text me after midnight, you can 100% see when I'm saying something just because I'm thinking it, and then instead of deleting what I said, I say, wait, never mind, that doesn't make any sense, hold on, let me try that again, because you're getting just the first thing that comes out of my fucking head. But usually I actually think about what I'm going to say before I say it. Even if it just means that I say the sentence in my head before I say it, or like it's very timed most of the time, but also sometimes I just go fuck it and just say whatever's going on even though I don't know what I'm saying, just like right about now, because I am not thinking. Mostly because of my chatty LOL. What was that about? I am so sorry. I don't know what that's about. People do I want them to because they are afraid of me. Now, I used to think that people did it because they were afraid of me, because I used to see myself as a very angry person. But a lot of people in recent years have come up to me saying that they did it because they thought we were friends, they did it because they liked me, they did it because I sounded enthusiastic about it. Some people 100% have told me, yeah, I'm afraid of you, but you know, I guess that'd be more middle ground than anything. Because like, even though I thought a lot of people did it because they were afraid, a lot of people just wanted to do it just because they thought we were friends. I hold grudges. Oh, the VDA. Fun fact, if you ever want to do the VDA, you have the permission to do the command. I think that's the only mod permission I have, if I'm being honest. But I hold grudges. Fun fact, fun tidbit about my family. When I was younger, I didn't hold grudges. I would get mad at people the day of. I would tell them exactly why I was upset, and then I would go to sleep. I would wake up, and I would go on about my day happy as ever and trying to talk to the people I was screaming at the day before. But apparently that is not the way you're supposed to live life. Every time I did that, the person I got mad at would yell at me, telling me that you can't just be happy the next day, you can't just let things go like that. And then they would continue to be rude to me for however long they felt like it. So, although I used to not hold grudges, it's very hard for me to not hold a grudge when the primary caregivers in my life told me to hold grudges and would actively hold a grudge against me for not holding a grudge. Which is even funnier now, because nowadays they go to bed, wake up happy, and then get mad at me for being mad at them for not letting it go. And it's just, it's a cycle of what the fuck. Why did you teach me this if you didn't want this to be a thing? You can be a bit intense. Yeah. I blame that entirely on the fact that I was taught to act one way, but then when I actually started acting that way, they wanted me to go back to how I used to act, and then this that very extreme change of dynamics when my resting personality is just calm, actually kind of caring, and then when I actually my brain does the whole rioting thing where it goes back to what I was taught to do as a child. I get extremely aggressive, and it's this is why more people need to take parenting classes. This is why more people need to pick up a fucking book, because you are messing up your children by just telling them what you want to hear, what you want them to be at that very moment, knowing that's gonna hurt them in the long run. So say I hold grudges, yeah, I try not to. I do, but it's ingrained in my brain. Others should play. Others should pay. Fuck. Others should play. Play. Why? We? Others should pay special attention to me. No, I do not care if people look at me. Which is funny. Every time I say this, I don't know why this comes out so often, but every time I say that I don't really care if people look at me, I get two responses. Either people get offended that I don't want to be looked at, or people or people like ask me why I'm trying to do things online if I don't want people to pay attention to me, and it's just like, if people come towards me, that's great, but I've kind of had the spotlight my entire life to the point where it's like, I think I could do well if a bunch of people decide to pay attention to me, but also if they didn't, it's so much more relaxing when no one has your eyes on me. The eyes, yeah, eyes on. I don't know how to reword that. People tell me I'm out of control. I don't need to go into that. Yes, people always tell me that. I only obey those laws and rules that seem sensible to me. I always feel bad about saying I agree with this, but I do, because some laws are just really fucking stupid, and some laws, there's the morality. Legally, I understand why it's there, but morally, it shouldn't be there. Case in point, abortion laws in America. What the fuck? Why is it illegal? Because it's you know that a Texan doctor, I think he's facing jail time, or at least went to court because he's still doing abortions, even though they have the anti-abortion law. And like he's been doing it for decades, and it's sad because in his interview, he literally says he does it because he has a wife and daughter. And it's just like, yes, you know, that's a great reason to do it, but it's the fact that the men who think it's a right to we shouldn't need to bring up. I just think that abortion laws are stupid, and it should just be pro-choice. Because why is it even a debate? It's not your body. You're not harming anyone by aborting the fetus. It's a fetus. It's not going to know. Oh, we didn't even talk about ice camps. You saw like the comparison photos, right? Of how the ice camp photos are eerily similar to Holocaust photos. How they have the fucking, how out of everything they show like people happily farming, the people happily going to their sleeping quarters. Like, no, shut the fuck up. That you're, and all the people who go missing. This is why I can't visit America, because I know I am going to be arrested for trying to fight someone. Also, very strangely, a lot of people have been talking about moving out, and like a lot of people have been asking me if I want to move out with them, and like, although I do, I kind of want to stay back a little, and a few of those offers have been in America, and you know, I actually looked it up, like, in case in the future they want another roommate. In case in the future they want another roommate, and it's just like, I was prepared to like, yo, if I get stitches, I know down there it's gonna cost money. But then it's the fact that not only is it also does it cost money to talk to the doctor to get the diagnosis, even though you already know you're injured, but some hospitals have an entry fee. There is the base cost to go to the hospital, the cost to get a doctor to see you, and then the cost to actually get stitched up. I was fine and prepared for the stitches to cost money, but to pay to bleed out in a hospital, to not even see the doctor, just to be inside the building, is ridiculous to me. Oh my god. So yeah, I only obeyed the laws and rules that seem sensible to me. Yeah. It's a little fucked up, but yeah. Would you prefer to stay in the GTA? Honestly, I'm not going to lie. Me and Elliot have discussed going to Ottawa. Well, there's other places that I've told them to try moving to first, just because they're going from a small town to Canada, and our small towns, I think Georgetown has like 30,000 people. That is still like triple the population of what Elliot is working with. But if I'm honest, I really did like Ottawa. It was a nice place. A lot of people told me, well, nothing really happens here. It's the fact that nothing really happened there that like you were able to just relax, and when something did happen, everyone was so hyped that it was happening because nothing happened. The only issue is that it's inflated. I was still able to. I also don't want anyone to use me as an example of how minimum wage is livable. Minimum wage everywhere should be raised, but it was pretty nice that I was able to work a minimum wage job and, you know, be able to afford an apartment downtown. And honestly, Ottawa is still on my list of places I might want to move back to. In terms of living there and staying, I've said this before. Ottawa is like it's a workplace. You move there because you have work there or you have university there. Although there are a bunch of families who do live there, from what I've seen from being there the last few years, is that those families are either really old people who were here back before a lot of Ottawa was what it was, or new families who have children here who want like the capital city education. I don't really see anyone like in the 20s or 30s or like, you know, university people or like the young working class people who are still in Ottawa, who are just living there. But also Ottawa is just, it was calm. It's weird. I am more homesick about Ottawa than I have ever been about anywhere I've lived here. Yeah, the American healthcare system needs revamp. I talked about this on Instagram before. There's a documentary called Sicko. It came out in like 2007, so it might not be accurate anymore. But it talks about why the American healthcare system is the way it is. Because they even bring up like politicians and how Pharma, Big Pharma, Pharma Plus, I don't know, one of them, bought out the politicians to revoke the chances of socialization. You can see in a debate that Hillary Clinton, way back when, was actually a socialist working towards free healthcare. But then like a year or two later, she's voting against it because she was paid out. And it's just, America runs on money. Sorry, I got really nostalgic about Ottawa, but to answer your question, would I prefer to stay in the GTA? In comparison to America, yes. In comparison to another country, maybe not. I do want to explore a little. Most people are late. But going back to the quiz, Most people are lazy and don't work hard unless they have to. No. I don't believe that. I do see instances where that happens, but I have seen people work super hard on things that they don't care about. I have done that because I find planning fun. But aside from me being strange, I've seen people work hard for nothing. I often hesitate to confide in others. We don't need to talk about that, but yeah, I use insincere flattery to get my way. Again, it's the way I was raised. I used to do it, but I'm trying to go back to my original state of just existing. I also... Honestly, shout out to my friends in like middle school and high school. They really helped me pull out of this impulsive lying loop that I had. We kind of went the extreme opposite way, where now if I lie, I feel sick to my stomach. But I am pretty honest. So, I don't really tell people anything flattering unless I actually mean it. So I'm gonna say strongly disagree. And other people's emotions are their problem, not mine. Would it be bad to say that I kind of agree with that? There's like a tipping point of, if you're sad, let me know. But if you're just gonna trauma dump on me and then go on your way, then that's your own fucking problem. It's a little harsh, but also people need to realize that they can't just spill on you and then go out with your day. You know? Speaking of things people know, I have been told that I am hot-headed. Have others told me that I'm hot-headed? Yeah, I get that a lot. Oh my god. I have often been described as cold and uncaring. Again, it's like the image I want and the image I give. Although online, at the very least, I want to come off as a little numb, like don't rely on me. For some godforsaken reason, everyone thinks that I'm someone that they can trust with the most valuable information, and it's like, I understand why they think that in real life, because I am more emotional in real life. But online, I do try to be more bitchy, and like, if you tell me something, I'm gonna insult you about it. But still, people rely on me and think I'm still very caring, and it's just, I can't control the populace. If I could, that would be dangerous. But yeah, I often feel suspicious of people, even after they've acted loyally towards me. There's that point of being too loyal, blind loyalty, because I know a lot of it's happened before where someone will constantly tell me that they care about me, that they'll like be there and like they'll support me, but in doing so, they completely fuck me over. But in terms of, like, I don't feel suspicious about them. I just assume that when I see that, I see, oh, you're being blindly loyal. This is going